Hello everyone. Today we're doing Lab 3 in my programming class. Question 1, largest number. Write a program that will ask the user to enter 3 integers, basically numbers, using 3 input dialog. Show input dialog. One value at a time. The program will then print the largest number using show message dialog. Make sure all dialog boxes use descriptive messages. Boom, bam, let's jump right into it. There we go. Now we're over here. I wrote the code in NetBeans. Then I copied it all into my notes so that I can write it for you in real time. Okay, let's get her started. The largest number. For this code, I began with importing the OJ portion pane class so that I could show the dialog box method. Okay, let's import that real quick. Import. I am a very slow typer. Import space x dot swing. It's gonna scream at me for a little bit. J dot capital J. This is the class. Capital O P T ION, and then we're going to do capital P A N E. I would love to just copy and paste it from my little note up here, but I'm not going to do that, so I'm compliant with the instructions. So that's the Java. Oh, I messed it up a little bit. Whoops. W. Forgot the W. Import Java X dot swing. That JOPTIONPANI pain. It's gonna scream at me for a bit because I haven't put it in there yet. I have not declared the little boxes yet. So let me get in there first. Now we're going to ask the user to enter 3 integers. So 3 numbers. Let's start off by calling it string input 1, 2, 3, just to keep it really, really simple. String 1. I'm just gonna copy this and add 1, 2, 3, so it's easy after I finish writing. You can input 1. Wow. String input 1. We're gonna keep it real easy, simple. Capital J O. Basically writing this over again. JO paint PT. Oops. PT ION capital P pane, and then we're gonna do dot show so that the dialog box actually pops up. It's screaming at me. It's like, oh, what are you asking? Blah, blah, blah. None of that's important. I'm just typing it out. Input dialog. Input dialog. And then I'm going to put these parentheses right here and put my semicolon so that I don't have any syntax errors. And I'm just going to copy this and do it like 3 times. Copy, and then we're going to go down. Enter, paste, paste. Beautiful. But we're going to change them up, you know, as I said previously. We're going to do 2, go over, call this input 2, go down here, string 3, and call this input 3. So they all match, they all have the same things. Awesome sauce. Now I'm going to ask the user to enter their first, second, and third number. Remember, you have to use quotation marks. I'm gonna put number instead of integer to give it more of a casual feel, because the everyday person might not know what an integer is. All right, and we're gonna just copy paste this whole situation right here all over again and just change the words up. Boom, bam. Hopefully this counts as me coding, because I did type out all of this. I am typing it out real time. And the second, SECOND, second number, and now we got to do third. Third number. And I'm going to put these little dots over here. Wham, bam. Put these dots so that there's a separation. It's a colon. I'm going to put these colons so that there is a separation between each thing. Like, once they put in their number, there'll be a separation, so it's not confusing to the user. All right, awesome sauce. It is screaming at me, but I'm not done. I haven't declared input 1, 2, and 3 yet. I haven't done it yet. Okay, let's go down here. So let me I'll type out the code, and then I'll explain that chunk of code. So we're gonna do, oopsie, lowercase int for integer, num1. We're keeping it really simple, num1 space equal, space integer, capital I, int, e, g, er, dot, integer dot, ar, se, I, and he, Perfect. And then I'm going to do these quotation marks here and put my little semicolon at the end and type input because we're referring to this input up here. We're referring to this input up here. Input 1. Input 1. So now I'm going to do that for the other two. Gonna copy this and do it to the rest. It seems like it's all the same thing. It is not. I will fix it. 2. Go over here. Click 2. And then we're going to do 3. 3. And 3. If you're wondering where I got examples of this, I got it from pages 214 through 267. And this right here, this little situation right here, is to convert a string into an integer, to use it for, I converted the string so I can use it for an integer, basically. And it's this right here. Integer phrase int present this code is converting the input strings into integers. So it's converting it into numbers. Next in the code, the next code will be about determining the largest number. This is the most in-depth part of the code, so it might take me a moment. It might take me a while to write each and every part. And let me lock in. Largest space 1. We're referring to the num1 that's already up. We're referring to the num1 that's up here. We're using it. We're finally using the num1. Space equals space. Integer num1. Num1. With the semicolon, of course. Can't forget your semicolon. Largest. Did I declare the largest? The number largest? The variable largest? I haven't used it yet. Okay. Largest. Here's one of my notes that I wrote. So here I'm saying basically in this little chunk of code here, I am assuming that num1 is the largest number. Now I'm going to start my if statement. If parentheses num2 is less than, if num2 is less than largest, less than largest, then we're gonna put our bracket. Obviously, we're gonna do this, and being so we put our closing bracket here. And then we're gonna do largest instead of typing it over and over again, I'm just gonna copy it because it's getting tedious, getting a bit tedious. I wish I would keep typing that same thing over and over and over again. It's getting a little tedious now. Num2 semicolon. So this is basically saying this chunk of code right here is saying to update largest if it is greater than num2. Oh, my bad. Update largest if num2 is greater, basically. I'm going to move this real quick. Hold on. Move this right here. Take that away. Boom, boom. My code was really spaced out so that I could see. And then we're going to put the if statement and then num3 for wherever. The formatting might not be the cutest, but it's going to do its thing. If parentheses num3, which is referred to up here, num3 is less than largest. Let's just copy it from here again. Less than largest. Put our open curly bracket, and then there's our close curly bracket, and then we're going to do largest space equal space num3 semicolon, can't forget the semicolon, num3. The code is basically saying update largest if num3 is greater. All this space is for something. All right. And now we're getting towards the end of the code where we have to show the dialog box. You have to code the portion where the dialog box will pop up. Okay. Now let's get into this explanation. This line of code creates the dialog box that displays the largest number. That's what I'm going to write really quick. Quick as I can. Oh, point, pause, show, message, dialog. Okay. I can get about most of that from here. Get most of that from here. Copy that. Code that I wrote. Show. MESSAGE, and then capital D I A L O G. Dialogue. Then I'm going to do my quotations and my semicolon. All right. Now we're going to write our full-blown statement. I'm going to write our full-blown statement. It's not that long. So null, comma, space, comma, space. Yeah, there should be a space. Quotations. This will be stating, this is just the description of like what's the largest number. The largest Oopsie. I didn't mean to click like THE, largest, LARGEST. Number is, and then I'm gonna put this code in here so that there's a certain separation, and then space. We're going to connect largest. We're going to connect the variable largest to this. So let's do that real fast. LARGEST. And it refers to it refers to this variable largest. Awesome sauce. Let's save our code and see if it runs. Wait, it's screaming at me. Somewhere it's screaming. Oh, string 1, 2, and 3? Why is it screaming at me? String 1, 2, 3. Why is it screaming at me? Oh, I made a mistake. I'm not supposed to be putting 1, 2, and 3 there. You can't have random numbers right there. You have to put the name of your string, whatever you want to name your string here, and not over here connected to it. It's just a silly mistake. Okay, it's no longer screaming at me. Let's run our code. Oopsie. Let's try again. Oh, it's still running. Yeah. Stop that. Let's run it again. Now it says enter the first number. I'm thinking 5. Let's press OK. Enter the second number. Think 4. Third number, let's say 7. And it says the largest number is 7. I think I would probably put a space behind the largest number so that there is a space between the number and the statement. So I'm just do this right here. Boom. Put a space. Save it. It'll say the same thing. It adds for a number. Let's do 5, 4, 7. The largest number is 7. See? Voila. Okay. Let's hit OK and stop it from running, so my computer doesn't start raring its fans very loudly. Next, we're moving on to the while check. Let's go over to the instructions so that we know what exactly we're doing. So, while check. Write a program that will ask the user to enter a name. The program will check if the name starts with a vowel, letters A, E, I, O, U. Using a if-else statement, the program will print a message on the screen stating if the name starts with a vowel or not, and what the letter is. And here are the examples here. And let's go over to NetBeans and start typing up the code. So I basically did the same thing from here. Got to import it because each one of these needs a dialog box. So I gotta import my JPawn class so that there will be a dialog box. Okay, let's import her. Don't mind my notes. I'm just scrolling down to keep up with everything that's here. Import your T space JavaX dot ooh, not accessibility. That was such a mistake right there. JavaX swing dot, oh my foot, capital J-O, yep, pain. I just clicked the little thing right there, so I didn't have to type the whole thing out. And then we're gonna put our semicolon. Wham bam, thank you ma'am. Okay, this next code is gonna be asking the user for their name. Just like, not just like, this is gonna be asking the user for their name. So let's write our string. So we're gonna start with string, 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 string name. We're making it simple. String space equals space, and then we're going to do Java pane, Java J-O pane. I'm going to just call it J-O pane because I'm not pronouncing it. I-O-N pane, P-A-N-E dot, geez Louise, I am trying to type. Pane dot show input dialog. And then I'm going to put my little parentheses right there. Now we're going to ask the user, we're going to write our statement so that we can ask the user for their name. And I'm going to add a space after the little statement so that we don't have the same situation as the previous code. It just looks better that way. Enter a name. I can spell a little bit. Okay. Oh yeah, it's screaming at me because I didn't put the semicolon. That's the reason it's screaming at me. All right. So this whole little situation, this whole portion here will have the dialog box show up and ask the user to enter a name. And then we're going to have to write another chunk of code that will hold. Let's just go to it, okay? Let's just type it and then I'll explain it. Slap that baby right there.